my first thought is they're a hunter.
That scared me, man. Footsteps.
Echoes call from hollow halls, a voice that creeps and softly crawls. Time stands still, the air is...
Madison Blagden, an experienced long-distance hiker and content creator, has spent countless miles documenting her journeys across some of the most remote stretches of trail in the US. But during her 2025 return to the Appalachian Trail, something happened that shook her more than any challenge she had previously faced. The day began like any other. After a restful night indoors and catching up on editing, Madison set out early in the morning, ready to hit the trail by 8 a.m. She felt refreshed and energized, uplifted by a serendipitous ride back to the trailhead from a kind stranger named Andre.
Dude, the trail provides! I woke up early this morning, was so productive. I had video stuff to do, writing stuff to do. I did a ton last night, but I just didn't have it in me to do everything. I was so tired, but got up early, did it all, and I told myself, gotta leave the room before 7:30. I want to be back on trail by 8, and it's like a 30-minute walk because it's a little over a mile. Probably would have been less, but just for shits and gigs, I stuck my thumb out and got picked up by this guy named Andre so quickly. He was just so ridiculously nice. So he just saved me 25 minutes of walking down this road to get back to the trail. So now I'm back, baby. Great night last night. It was so amazing just getting a room and catching up on sleep and being comfortable. And yeah, dude, I can feel it. I feel energy is good. I think all of this change was exactly what I needed. So this is gonna be a magical week. I can just tell, man.
Her optimism continued through the day. She crossed into Vermont, the 14th state on her journey, and reconnected with fellow hiker Sunflower. Along the way, there was even a touching moment when she learned several people had gone out of their way to try and recover a lost pendant of hers. As she hiked, she reflected on these acts of kindness, grateful for the trail community. A meeting with a familiar face, a trail angel named Iceman, brought more warmth to the day. They shared food, conversation, and plans for the next section of her hike.
Update, just met Iceman, had such an amazing lunch with him. Hot dogs and coleslaw and all this stuff, and potato salad, Mountain Dew, Texas sheet cake, baby. So good. It's always so nice to see him. He's just like the nicest person ever. He's a delight. And that got me fueled up. Now I'm in the process of doing this big climb. It's pretty much a 10-mile climb up from that road. But it's like the steepest to start, and then like it's kind of gradual that I remember the rest of the way. So this will take me to a fire tower and shelter, and then I'll have, I don't know, 4 something miles to go past there to the next shelter. Just trying to set myself up for like a 26-mile day tomorrow, so I can go into this into Manchester and have like a half day, be done by 3 p.m. would be amazing.
Everything pointed to another successful, beautiful day on the AT, but that peace didn't last. After leaving Iceman, Madison began climbing a 10-mile stretch toward a shelter. About a mile up from the road, she spotted the familiar outline of a trail shelter just off the main path. Needing to use the privy, she turned down the side trail. That's when she noticed a man in orange near the shelter. He raised a hand in what seemed like a vague signal, not a wave, but a strange gesture. Her first instinct was that he might be a hunter warning her about something. But as she got closer, everything about the situation began to feel off. The man's posture was odd, and instead of walking away or acknowledging her with words, he simply watched.
So pretty much, things were just amazing. I had lunch with Iceman. I hiked in. I got a mile or so up from the highway, and there was a shelter, and I thought I might stop off and see if the shelter had a privy. You could basically see, I could see some frame of the shelter from the trail, but it was just off trail. So I started walking up the side trail, and as I get close, I notice that there's someone there wearing some orange, and they put their hand up, signaling something to me. My first thought is they're a hunter. They might be telling me that they don't want me there, or to move, or that, like, I don't know. They were signaling something with their hand, and then I realized they had, like, were open hand telling me to come to them, and I took my headphones out. I couldn't hear. I just wasn't expecting to see someone. I wasn't expecting any kind of interaction, so I was confused. I was caught off guard. And then all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, come here. I need to talk to you." I was like, "What are you talking about?" You know, and I didn't get close. I was probably 20 or 30 feet away, enough that I could see them, give like a rough description of them, but I wasn't very close to them.
Her internal alarm bells began to ring. Without saying a word, Madison turned back toward the trail. That's when the panic set in. She immediately picked up her pace, then began to run. Not jog, but a full sprint through the forest. Her adrenaline surged. Every sound behind her seemed like footsteps. Every shadow, something looming. In her own words, she had never been more afraid for her safety on trail. She didn't stop for a mile and a half, just kept moving, desperately trying to put distance between herself and the man. Eventually, she paused to film a quick, breathless clip. Her voice shakes. She looks back over her shoulder constantly, explaining what just happened.
Once they started saying stuff to me, I kind of stopped getting closer to them. And then they said a couple other things. One of them being, "Hey, come here. I need help. Someone's trying to poison me. Come here, come here." And I heard that. I know no one's behind me, but dude, I just keep looking. That's where I'm at right now mentally. When they said that, I turned and ran for my friggin' life. And I only looked over my shoulder once, just roughly to see, are they chasing me? Because as I ran, they were screaming, "Come back here, don't go, come back," and other stuff like that, which is friggin' terrifying, actually. Oh my gosh, like, my adrenaline is spiking just talking about it. And I'm climbing a mountain right now. And back there, it's like, I was climbing a mountain at that time. It's a 10-mile climb up from the road. So I run down the spur trail to get back to the trail. I'm kind of smart. I actually cut into the woods sooner in hopes that if they didn't stand up right away, they wouldn't be able to tell if I had gone north or south. So I was hoping maybe they think I went back to the road, like the highway. Maybe they don't know that I went into the woods.
The fear is raw, genuine. Her camera captures her physical exhaustion and emotional turmoil as she tries to make sense of the experience. Later, with her adrenaline finally subsiding, she offers a more collected retelling of the moment. She admits that the man never explicitly threatened her, but the vibes were undeniably wrong. The gesture he made, his silent stare, the eerie isolation of the shelter, all of it added up to a situation that no longer felt safe.
So I called my dad, gave him a rundown of my location, where that had happened, where I'm headed, and everything like that. So he can call the police at some point. He already did. He did file a police report. And the police, shocker, don't think anyone is going to be sent into the shelter to investigate, which is crazy because, yeah, the guy didn't chase me. So he probably wasn't trying to assault me or hurt me, because if he had wanted to, he could have, because I'm in the woods and I'm alone. But he's clearly some kind of mentally ill. He's having some kind of a breakdown, or he's on drugs because he thinks someone's trying to poison him. So that's kind of like a red flag. So I talked to my dad, went back and forth. I wound up getting like 2 miles away from there. Then all of a sudden, I hear something behind me, turn around, and I'm relieved to see a pretty young guy. He looks quite different than the man did, wearing running gear like he had run in from the trailhead. I yelled over to him and I kind of freaked him out. But I was like, hey dude, like, I don't want to freak you out, but like, I've been running from someone for the last half hour. But God, I think that's the scariest. I know nothing happened, but that's like the scariest thing that's ever happened to me on trail. I'm like kind of still shaking. I don't know, it just makes me feel sick, and I've just been running. I'm exhausted.
As a solo female hiker, Madison had always remained alert on trail, but this was the first time she'd ever felt the need to run from someone. Her instincts likely saved her from something worse. Even after finding a safe place to stop, she could barely relax. The fear lingered. She describes feeling physically ill, overwhelmed not just by fear, but by the realization of how quickly a peaceful day could turn into something far more dangerous. Not all threats on the trail come from wildlife or weather. Sometimes it's the people you don't expect. Those who lurk in the quiet corners of forgotten shelters, who pose the greatest danger. What did you make of this encounter? Let me know. Before we go any further, I just want to ask you for a small favor. If you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We recently hit 100,000 subscribers, and that's all thanks to you. Our 100K special surprise was revealed, and we had many positive responses from you. Our next goal is to hit 200K before the year ends. It feels impossible, but hey, it's free to dream, right? Also, there's a hidden word somewhere in this video for you. Let's see if you can find it. Now, back to the video. Posted to YouTube on June 6, 2021. This video comes from the YouTube channel Vanning on Weekends, a creator known for documenting his peaceful and scenic adventures across the countryside in his converted camper truck. Usually, his content revolves around solitude, nature, and the freedom of van life. But in this particular episode, things unexpectedly take a sharp turn toward the unnerving. The video begins on a calm and sunny summer day, with the creator explaining his plans for the afternoon. He's headed north to a remote lake to try out his brand new paddleboard for the first time. He's visibly excited, and the energy is upbeat as he arrives at a quiet, picturesque spot surrounded by nature.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for a new video. We're so good today. It's near 30 degrees Celsius. It's very warm. I think it's the first time that I'm in t-shirt. I'm currently making my way to the north. I'm going to find a little lake there because today I want to try my paddleboard. I just bought it. I never used it. I never tried any paddleboard before. So today is the day. I'm very excited. So direction Siesta Lake. Woo! I just made it to the spot. I'm parked in the middle of the street because the road is under construction. Just like that. And the lake looks so nice. It's very beautiful. I just put my bathing suit on. I prepared the bag, the sealed bag, because I don't want nothing to go in the water. And I have the paddleboard here, so I'm gonna inflate it and go on the lake.
After inflating the board and prepping his gear, he sets off onto the water. It's his first attempt at paddleboarding, but he handles it well, laughing as he figures out how to balance and maneuver in the wind. For a while, it's everything you'd expect from a relaxing day trip. After a while on the lake, he heads back to land, ready to find a place to camp for the night. Eventually, he discovers a secluded spot beneath large power lines, far away from any main road or populated area. Though isolated, it seems like a safe place to settle in. Open, quiet, and spacious.
So guys, that's where I'm gonna sleep tonight. I don't think I'm gonna have problems here. It's so big. I'm underneath the power lines. Mosquitoes are starting to pop out right now. It's crazy. Okay, so let's eat. I'm so hungry. First thing first, a little treatment. Go away! I just cooked this at home before leaving, and turns out it's still hot, so I'm just gonna eat it like this. No need to heat it. So it's rice mixed with some quinoa and some potatoes with some red beans and a little bit of green peas. I was searching for that Valentina, but I think I brought it home. It feels so good to eat.
He sets up his camp and begins cooking a simple meal of rice, potatoes, quinoa, and beans that he'd prepared earlier. Just as he begins to eat, things suddenly change. Out of nowhere, he hears gunshots. Not a single one, but several blasts echoing through the trees. He quickly realizes the sounds are coming from a group of people, shooting near one of the massive electrical pylons in the distance. Though they're not particularly close to him, the sound travels with alarming clarity through the open area, and he's clearly caught off guard.
So right now I think I'm on public land. It's Hydro-Québec electrical line, I believe. Someone just shot something. Whoa. Okay. Lots of shots. I don't know if you can see, but the people that are shooting with their guns, they're just underneath the big pylon over there. They're very far, and I can hear the blast of the explosion. It's very nice. It's crazy.
Despite that unsettling noise, he tries to keep calm, continuing with his meal and reassuring himself that the people are far away. But the atmosphere has shifted. What started as a peaceful solo night in nature now feels precarious. The echo of explosions under the looming power lines adds a surreal intensity to the scene. Later that evening, he builds a small fire and tries to relax, reflecting on the oddness of hearing gunfire in such a seemingly quiet and remote area.
That's something I love, just sitting by the fire and hearing those animals.
He ends the night enjoying the flames and the distant sounds of wildlife, but the tension lingers, even if unspoken. The next morning, the tone lightens a bit as he prepares breakfast. He also contemplates the challenges of keeping his camper cool during the summer months. Though no confrontation ever takes place, the real power of this video lies in its atmosphere. It perfectly captures how quickly things can shift when you're camping alone in unfamiliar territory. One moment, it's serene and liberating. The next, a few unexpected sounds can completely change the tone of an experience. Whether the shots were harmless target practice or something more concerning, the uncertainty alone is enough to rattle even seasoned travelers. This next encounter comes from Donald Rides Bikes, a YouTube channel known for documenting the excitement and thrill of off-road cycling and mountain biking. Donald's videos usually feature scenic forest trails, fast-paced downhill rides, and gear reviews, giving viewers a first-hand look at the adrenaline-fueled world of trail riding. But on September 28, 2024, what was meant to be just another solo ride through the woods quickly turned into something far more dangerous. On this particular day, Donald set out to ride the John Muir trails in the Kettle Moraine State Forest in Wisconsin, USA. These trails are well known among cyclists for their challenging terrain and breathtaking scenery, dense forest, sudden inclines and long, winding descents. The weather was ideal, the trail was dry, and Donald was in high spirits, documenting his ride with a GoPro as usual.
Front brake is making a little noise, but I don't feel like dealing with it right now, so it's still working, just a little noisy. So if it was not already apparent, I am not in Arizona right now. I am back in Wisconsin riding the John Muir trails where I first started riding single track about 4 or 5 years ago. But since I moved out to Arizona, this is my first time back here riding these trails in about 3 years.
As the video begins, viewers follow along as he climbs into the woods and begins his descent. The ride starts smoothly, and everything appears normal, just a biker enjoying the freedom of the trail. But only a few minutes in, while flying downhill at high speed, things take a sudden and terrifying turn. Mid-descent, a loud gunshot echoes through the forest. The sharp crack is startling, and it's disturbingly close. Donald immediately reacts, braking hard and letting out a shocked gasp. "That scared me, man," he mutters. Clearly rattled, the gunshot wasn't just nearby. It sounded like it came from just beyond the trees, possibly no more than a few dozen feet away.
Oh, Jesus! Holy dude! Whew. That scared me, man. Whew. Yeah, that'll get the heart rate going.
Even though no one was hurt, the psychological impact of that single shot is deeply felt. Donald's tone is subdued for the remainder of the video. What had started as a routine trail ride had nearly become a tragic accident. This encounter also brings up an important safety consideration that many outdoor enthusiasts may not think about: visibility. While Donald was wearing gear suited for biking, it's not uncommon for bikers to wear earth-tone clothing that could blend in with forest surroundings, especially in autumn, when browns, grays, and greens dominate the landscape. During hunting season, wearing high-visibility gear could be the difference between life and death. Donald continued to post videos after the incident, but many of his longtime viewers noted the shift in tone following this upload. While he didn't dwell on the event in later content, it's clear from this encounter that it left a lasting impression, not just on him, but on anyone who's watched the video. Like always, I'll let you draw your own conclusions from this encounter as well. The Russian YouTube creator, the Alex Super, who is best known for his high-stakes urban exploration series, returned with another intense episode, taking his viewers into the heart of one of the most dangerous places he's ever explored, a radioactive military bunker, hidden in Russia's forgotten Globus 1 nuclear testing zone, often referred to as the Russian Hiroshima. In this episode, Alex and his partner ventured deep into the desolate forest zone, still bearing the eerie remnants of failed nuclear experiments. Despite the area being officially restricted, the pair push forward, driven by curiosity and adrenaline.
Смотри, как посветлело-то.
Ты вообще уверен, что нормальная идея была свернуть с бетонки?
Я думаю, да, нормальная идея. Потому что если бетонка вела в другую сторону, а спутниковая карта говорила, что нам нужно в другую сторону, отлично от той и другой стороны,
То?
то нахрен ту дорогу. Да, я был прав. Осторожно, братан. Мы не знаем, охраняемая арена здесь, за вторым периметром. Тихо. Лучше не шуми. Хуй знает.
Табличка.
Чекнем. Опа, какой-то забор. Ну-ка. Запретная зона. Проход закрыт, проезд запрещен.
Ну что, значит, мы, считай, добрались до границы.
Ну чё, давай петулю.
Части.
Ты мокрый и злой. Не пытайтесь этого дома. Ой, повторить.
Сейчас Таня что-то оставит себе на колючке.
Ай, блядь. Тихо. Надеюсь, ничего я не оставлю. Тебе не советую. Там есть дорога. Вот, да.
На камеру.
Давай.
Мне уже все комары записали. А у меня даже перчаток нет, бро.
Тихо, не... Я дам тебе свои. Нам туда.
Their journey begins with a hike into the woods, where they soon stumble upon weathered signs warning of radiation and military presence. But what lies beyond the signs is far more terrifying than anything they expected. After finding shelter in a cave for the night, they awaken and continue their journey at dawn. A winding path leads them to a derelict military complex. The sense of unease intensifies when they begin to find eerie items, discarded military coats, handwritten notes, and even medical documents outlining cases of acute radiation sickness and death among those who once served there.
Фю Захаров Александр Геннадьевич, 22 года, принимал участие в ликвидации техногенной аварии вблизи ВЧ.
Какой вы?
Что-то там
военной части.
получена доза. Ну,
Что там, сколько?
Еще 4. 4 с чем? Все размыто. Смотри, еще одна.
Сейчас, стой.
Это ты прочитаешь, погоди.
На.
Это протокол заключения клинико-экспертной комиссии.
И что там написано?
Клинический диагноз его осложнения. Больной страдал острой лучевой болезнью тяжелой степени, пульмонит, ожог кожи, кожных покровов, лица. Блин, такие слова, чувак, я даже не знаю. Наблюдать. Бля, я не могу разобрать.
Ладно, забей.
Решение комиссии. Смертельный исход наступил в связи с обширным поражением внутренних что-то там органов, отек мозга. Вот решение комиссии. Информацию о смерти не разглашать до решения начальства.
Ну, глобус они как раз таки не разглашали.
While inside the facility, they spot people in uniform, not fellow explorers but possibly guards or scavengers. The tension rises as the pair are forced to hide and navigate through a maze of corridors and abandoned bunkers, trying to avoid detection. At one point, they hear gunshots and are nearly cornered inside what appears to be an underground tunnel system. The complex seems to stretch endlessly beneath the ground, revealing a disturbing glimpse into the past. They uncover bones in a pipe, chemical residue, sealed medical files, and even machines left untouched since the Cold War era.
Старые бланки справок описывали историю болезни одного человека и смерти другого. Похоже, эти люди были ликвидаторами, которые устраняли последствия тех неудачных ядерных испытаний. Читать эти строки было жутко, но интересно. Судя по всему, именно на этой военной базе оставляли пораженных радиацией людей. Так или иначе, им уже не помочь. Но вот кто поможет нам? Чертов бункер был большим. Нет, он был огромным. Комнаты сменялись узкими коридорами. Коридоры выводили в огромные залы и по новой. Мы искали другой выход или вент-шахту, чтобы вылезти по ней, но находили кучу всего другого. под землей было стрёмно. Чего только стоили кости в трубе. Если в пещере все было примерно однообразно, то тут в каждой комнате было что-то свое, а от неожиданных звуков можно было просто обосраться. Причем было ясно, что некоторые из них просто не могут быть изданы человеком. Понятно, что в подобных местах никогда не бывает абсолютно тихо. Но, блин, что это? Не призраки же в конце-то концов.
Eventually, they find a route out, but not before nearly being trapped inside when a metal door slams shut behind them. The final moments show the explorers sprinting through the dense woods, finally escaping the area, with only their footage and a renewed respect for what lies buried beneath the surface. While some viewers debated the authenticity of the encounter, the overall sentiment was one of shock and awe. The video left many wondering how much of Russia's nuclear past still lingers in places the world has forgotten, and what secrets remain sealed in those crumbling bunkers. On August 25, 2025, YouTuber It's Bates returns with another adrenaline-fueled adventure. In this video, he and a friend named Martin venture into a remote and heavily restricted forest area, where a fenced-off construction site lies hidden deep within the woods. According to them, it's not just the isolation that makes the place eerie. There's something about this spot that seems to attract strange and unsettling encounters. The night begins with casual banter and light-hearted commentary, but there's tension beneath the surface. Just a week prior, while filming in the same area, the duo had caught a mysterious figure emerging from the woods on camera. That experience left them uneasy, yet clearly intrigued enough to come back. They begin their journey down a narrow forest trail, guided only by the weak glow of their phone flashlights.
Okay, so we made it to the entrance of the forest, as you can see.
Sure.
And it's like a pretty narrow path towards like where we want to go.
Yeah, there's like a bigger opening over there, so...
Yeah. I checked Google Maps and I saw like the construction site, you know, it was like kind of in the middle of the forest. So
exactly.
I pretty much know where to go. But
You know, the bad thing is we both forgot our flashlights today.
yeah, we have like only phone flashlights.
You know, what's the chance there's actually anything there?
You
know.
Bro, look, we can't like see anything in the forest.
We can see maybe like, what's that, 5 meters in front of us.
I'm pretty sure this is gonna be like a 10-minute walk or something, bro.
Yeah, we've already been walking for like some time.
Yeah, so...
What's this place now?
Okay.
Oh, another bridge.
Oh, what is this place?
Alright, bro. What else now?
There's like a clearance here.
Well, we gotta go that way, right?
Yeah, we got like in the forest. There's like a X in the tree.
Oh, there is.
I swear I keep hearing sounds, bro.
As they push deeper into the woods, ambient noises begin to heighten their sense of vulnerability. Leaves rustling, untraceable movement in the trees, and distant snaps from branches. Still, they press on. Eventually, they reach the perimeter of the fenced-off construction site they'd mentioned earlier. The fence looms quietly in the darkness, and they follow its edge deeper into the forest. At first, it's just unsettling silence and speculation. But then, something shifts. A faint but distinct sound of footsteps breaks the stillness. Not theirs. Someone or something is moving in the underbrush. Both freeze, acknowledging it simultaneously. What happens next is sudden and alarming. Rapid movement, snapping twigs, and a glimpse of something or someone darting across the trees.
So this is the construction site.
Yeah, I think it starts over here.
Guys, look. Or whatever.
Yeah, that's the fence
It's like
here.
a fence here.
It has to be like...
Oh, yeah, look. You can see the fence right here. Dude, look.
Yeah. Alright.
I have no clue, like, what they're doing here, but...
Should we just keep on going, like...
Yeah, next to the fence.
Alright, because the trail, like, continues on. It's like a river over here, or like a dried up one. Alright.
Oh, you kind of, like, go inside the fence
Does
area.
it, like, aim here, fully? Oh yeah, oh.
Guys, we're deep in the forest right now.
Yeah, bro. So your battery is, like, going to sound. Wait. Shh. Is that footsteps?
Dude, let's go back. Dude. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Let's go, come on, come on.
Oh!
Come, come. What the that? What the what's that? Fuck.
Their panic is immediate. One of them yells out in fear as they begin running back toward the trail. It's chaos for a moment. The footage goes shaky, the audio cluttered with cursing and confused shouting. The fear on their faces isn't theatrical. It feels raw, unfiltered, and undeniably real. As they escape the woods, they try to rationalize what happened. Was it just another person? A prank? A shadow playing tricks on their eyes in the dim light? It's hard to say, but considering what they saw just a week prior, a lone figure emerging silently from the same woods, it adds an extra layer of dread. Real or not, it's Bates and Martin may have stumbled onto something or someone that doesn't want to be found. What did you think of this encounter? Like always, let me know. Exploring with Bear is a channel known for its raw, often intense adventures into places most people would avoid. From haunted woods to alleged cryptid hotspots, the creator, known as Jar Bear, frequently documents his solo trips into these eerie locations. And while many of his videos are unnerving, few compare to what happened during this particular visit into what he calls Bigfoot territory. Jar Bear starts the video with a sense of heavy unease. Even before his camera is fully rolling, he explains that the last time he explored this same trail, he felt surrounded, as though he was being watched, even hunted, and captured what he believes were glowing eyes watching him through the trees.
Welcome back to another adventure. If you're new to the channel, I'm Jar Bear. This is so scary right off the bat. Tonight we're deep in Bigfoot territory. And the last time I was here, I was like surrounded. And it felt like I was being haunted. It was scary. So I brought you back to this place. And I just got in here. So anyway, we're going to continue deeper down this trail. See what we can't see what we can't hear. Do some Bigfoot calls, some Bigfoot knocks. And hope we don't get surrounded again.
As he returns, this time hoping to see if he can document more evidence, he's armed with his flashlight, camera, and nerves that already seem to be fraying. Almost immediately, the tension kicks in. As he walks the trail, he begins to hear movement in the brush. Something, or someone, seems to be pacing him, just out of sight in the thick woods. The moment he tries to settle and gather himself, a loud crack pierces the air. It's unclear whether it's a branch snapping or something intentionally thrown, but it rattles him.
Man, before I even got the camera started, I was hearing stuff moving on the right side. This place is so scary. The last time I was here, I was surrounded. And you could see the eyes on camera. All kinds of them. It was like I was being hunted. Oh, what was that sound? Oh my goodness. What is that back there? Man, as soon as I took a step, I heard something over here.
As he pushes further down the trail, things take a sharper turn. In the distance, he sees what he later describes as a white head, a tall silhouette with a pale face, standing just off the trail, partially obscured by trees. He zooms in, hoping to capture it clearly, but the figure vanishes after just a moment. It's this sighting that truly sends him over the edge. His voice panicked, he repeatedly whispers, "No, no, no," and it's coming closer. The camera shakes as he stumbles backward, trying to keep his footing while also scanning the forest around him.
Did you hear that? No frickin' way, man. It's coming closer. I don't know if they've even come on camera. I'm sort of speechless. I seen... Oh man. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No way. Oh man, come on. No, 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 no. What was that? No frickin' way, man. It's coming closer. Man, this place, I don't know what it is in here, man, but I have the worst feeling right now. I really feel like I'm gonna puke. All my muscles are stinking tightened up. There's no way I was supposed to keep going down that trail tonight.
Whatever he saw was enough to trigger what sounds like a full-on anxiety attack. He describes his muscles tightening, his head spinning, and the overwhelming urge to flee. And that's exactly what he does. Though the encounter lasts only a few short minutes, the emotional weight of the experience is clear. This isn't just someone pretending to be scared for dramatic effect. This feels real. As he makes it back to his vehicle, he reflects on how this isn't the first time the location has affected him. In fact, he admits that on a prior visit, he got so frightened that he left without filming at all.
It was like a white head. What's that? A white head. And I could make out a silhouette of, like, it was tall, very tall, and pretty deep down the trail. But it was on, like, right on the left side of the trail. And I'm looking at it, and then it moved a little. And everything, and that's when it was all downhill. They're coming. Oh man, just thinking about it again. Whew, that was crazy. That was crazy. There's no way I can walk into that trail with whatever that was down there. No. I will be back for sure. Man, that's, the first time I came here, I seen something back in there and I couldn't even go in. I didn't even make a video. I left, got my courage up, came back some days later, and then I was surrounded in there and had a terrible feeling. Like I was about to be attacked, hunted, whatever. It was bad. And a lot of whatevers. And this time, that thing was, I don't know what that could have been.
By the end of the video, Jarbear is clearly shaken. He admits the experience was shorter than intended, but insists there was no way he could continue down that trail with whatever he saw waiting for him. Even after years of exploring terrifying places, this one location continues to haunt him, and despite his visible fear, he makes a promise. He'll come back again someday to face whatever is hiding in those woods. So, was it just the power of suggestion that made him feel hunted? Or did his camera capture the presence of something truly out there in the darkness? Something watching, waiting, and perhaps even stalking him? That's for viewers to decide. But if fear is a compass, this video certainly points somewhere most would never dare follow. With this last encounter comes the end of another episode. If you haven't already, let me remind you again to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment about what you liked and didn't like about this video. We almost upload daily videos, so you better have subscribed. 'Cause trust me, you don't want to miss out. If you want to watch more disturbing videos, in about 3 seconds, they will be on your screen. I'll see you there, and with that, I'm out.